you found the one you've been looking for. I wish I would've known that wasn't me.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a get ready with me featuring this makeup. This is kind of one of those days where I just sat down and started putting stuff on. I had no general idea of where I was going or what I was going to be doing. All I knew is that I definitely wanted to use this Makeup Forever. This is their new Pro Sculpting Palette. They sent me this one and one that is in a darker shade. I'm going to give that one away. So if you guys want to win the darker shade of this, which I believe hasn't come out yet, I think it comes out in March. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking it's March. If you guys want to win it, then just go to my Twitter and retweet the tweet about this video and you will automatically be entered, and I would just send it to some random person who retweeted my tweet on Twitter. I did demo it in the video and you could see my first impressions, my first reactions to using it for the first time, but I will tell you guys right now, this palette is incredibly amazing. I was blown away by how great it was. You can see on my face how nice the contour is. I did contour, blush, and highlight with this thing. I didn't use any other products for that. And it just blends out so nicely. I think also it kind of depends on what brush you use, because the ones that I did use were, I'd say, really good for blending out cream type of products. So yeah, amazing, and I would totally recommend it to you guys when it does come out. I used the new Makeup Geek Manny makeup artist. Manny MUA palette. Manny, who you guys may not know, some of you probably do though, is a YouTuber as well, and he also posts really good Instagram photos. He gave me a little note in the mail and he was like, I love your videos, and I'm like, oh my god, what? You know who I am? I used quite a few shades from this palette, and then for the lip I just kept it simple with a nude orangey peachy lip. I didn't want to do anything too intense because I just wanted to let the contour speak for itself, the nice highlight contour. So yeah, that's basically what happened when I sat down and did my makeup today. Hopefully you guys enjoy this get ready with me, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! To get started, the first thing I did was use the Cocoa Cutie Elf Smudge Pot. So it's basically just a dark matte brown. I applied it to the lid, and then I lifted my lid up so I could blend it out into my crease. Next, going into the Makeup Geek palette from Manny, go ahead and pick up that dark purpley shade. That one is actually called Aphrodite, and apply that into the outer corner or outer V of the eye. Pick up the shade Insomnia from the palette, which is a bluish brown, and pack that onto the lid in multiple layers. So this one is exactly like MAC Club or the Wet n Wild eyeshadow from their Comfort Zone palette. I love this shade. It looks so pretty. Then pick up the shade Frappe. This is one of my favorite new medium light browns to use to blend everything out in the crease. This eyeshadow happens to be the brightest in the palette, and it has shimmer in it, so I thought, what more perfect way to use this than to put it on the brow bone. How cute are those names, by the way? They did a great job of naming each of the eyeshadows in that palette, although I do recognize some of them. I think some are originals and then some are new. I lined my lids with the Stila Waterproof Stay All Day Liquid Liner in black and used my Christina lashes, which you can get on Amazon. And now I'm going in with this Maybelline Master Prime Face Studio Primer in Blur and Illuminate, and then my NARS foundation. This is in the shade, it's medium 1. I really like this foundation for when I'm feeling extra red because it's so yellow that it completely blocks out all that redness. I love it. And because I used a shimmering primer underneath, my face is totally illuminated, which is exactly what I wanted, and it really just helps to keep my dry skin from peeling and making sure that it's moisturized throughout the day. These two together work like a dream. Now moving on, finally we are at the step where I'm using for the very first time the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Palette that has not even come out yet. Oh my god, it's so good. It is so good. So there's actually a concealer, a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush. How freaking cool is that? So right here, I'm using the concealer. So like I said in the intro of the video, the lighter palette works better for me. The darker one, I will be giving away to you guys. But as you can see, this concealer does such a good job of covering. I was like, pretty impressed. So I did maybe like one light layer for my concealer, just blend it out with my finger, and then I applied like literally I'm just dotting my finger in and putting it like a little bit on the tip of my nose for a nice highlight, in the center of my forehead, on the Cupid's bow, and then a little bit on my chin as well. And that is where I am going to be highlighting also, but I do like to make those parts of my face brighter than the rest, so I do put concealer there too. So then I powdered everything down so it didn't crease with a blending sponge and my Cover FX illuminating powder so I could keep the illumination going. And now I'm going in with this Zoeva brush, and I am working this bronzer. So I was so scared at first because I was like, okay, do I need to use a little? Do I need to use a lot? Like, what's going on here? So what I did was I just made a line, right? I just started with the line, going from my hairline, like the very start where my ear starts growing, and then kind of angling it towards the corner of my lip, but not going that far down. So once I made that line, then I started doing these circular motions like you guys can see here that I'm doing, and this is what really blends it out. So if you keep doing like this technique where you start out with the line and then go in with those circular blending motions, I'm telling you guys, it will blend out so beautifully. I loved the way that this looked because it still gives me a contour, but it also is so warm and pretty and light. Like, I didn't feel like it was too harsh of a contour. It looked very, very natural. So I kept going at it, blending it up into the hairline, making sure that it looked perfect. And I was really, really happy with the way that it ultimately looked. I did also put some along my jawline too. And where else? A little bit on my forehead, like the very edges of my forehead. And I think that was it, yeah. All right, next is the blush. So this one's sort of like I guess the best way to describe it would just be pink. You know, it's a very natural, like flush type of look. I lightly applied this because I love the way the bronzer looks so much. So I just literally dotted it a few times, my brush, into the palette, and then just plopped it onto my face really, really gently. I didn't want to go too overboard, and I thought that looked very pretty. Then for my highlighter from the palette, I used my Real Techniques brush. It's like a fan brush. So it didn't really pick up that much of the highlight very well, so I felt like I was dipping in it so much, but overall it did end up coming off. I just had to do multiple layers of it. It could be my brush, guys. I'm thinking that it's just not nearly as pigmented as the others are because it is so bright, but it did do a great job of highlighting. It was really, really pretty once I was able to get it on my face. I put it on the center of my nose, a little bit on the Cupid's bow, on the cheekbones like you just saw me do, and then the center of my forehead. I usually skip the chin because I don't really want my chin to be too shiny. And then for my lipstick, guys, did I bring it over here? I did. Okay, I used Country Star. That's the shade, and it is from Too Faced. These are really, really creamy lipsticks. I'm totally in love with them. Just wanted to do something neutral. And then for the lower lash line, I felt weird leaving it alone because the eyes were just so like dark, you know. I felt like I needed something on the lower lash line too. So what I did was I went through with the shade Aphrodite, that purpley shade we used in the outer corner, and then I blended it out. And I went in with that same highlight shade and put it right in the inner corners, and that one was called Artemis. So that's it for this makeup look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please, 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 please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe before you go. And I'll see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.
I just heard you found the one you've been looking for. I wish I would've known that wasn't me.